Charlie.
How old are you?
7.5. Welcome back to Midhouse Mayhem. Welcome back to Midhouse Mayhem.
That was good. Do you think we should kick Tron off the podcast?
Yeah.
Can you draw Tron? His head's really big. Look. Do you know Chad?
His head looks like a troll. We're making him short. We're gonna hold hands with Tron.
That's his eyes.
This is funny. My dad's eyes. Oh, I forgot his nose. It looks like a pig's nose. I'm gonna draw like teeny tiny dots. Because Dad barely has any hair. Okay, I'll draw you right here and me right here.
Okay, perfect.
And welcome to Midwest Mayhem. He is Chad Christensen. I am Tron Smith. And man, it's funny. We start out this day, and you never know. You never know what you're going to get. And then we get little Charlie to come in here.
Yeah.
And it changes everything, you know?
It makes life easier, doesn't it? Puts you in a great mood.
It really does.
You're like, okay, whatever. What's next?
And
Let's go.
The kids, they just come in and they got a positive attitude and they're
it's
running
awesome.
around and they don't have a worry in the world. And
Right, and that's
it
what I was going to
changes.
say. As we become adults, you kind of forget, everything here. But as a little kid, you just run around and be like, "Hey, when we getting ice cream?"
It's like you on a golf course. You just run around and
I'm
do
too
that.
giddy. I'm too giddy.
And I tell you, a lot has been going on. One of which I noticed your picture.
I know.
I
I had to give a shout out because I went to a concert of hers, and she probably was 55, maybe 60 at the concert down in Des Moines. And Nikki and I left, and I said, that woman has more energy than I will ever have in my entire life. And the concert was phenomenal.
Yeah. Well,
Phenomenal.
it's Tina Turner.
It is Tina Turner,
I mean,
and that's why I wrote simply the best.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Tina.
You
Turner.
can't go wrong with Tina.
Once she got rid of Ike, things just blossomed.
Well, and I have a very short list of people that I would have liked to have hung out with for a day.
You want to hang out with Ike Turner?
No, man, why you bring him into it? She was one of them that I said I just would have liked to sit down, had a conversation, and just chilled with for a couple hours.
Yeah.
She's that kind of person.
She seems to be, just from reading and following things, a great person, and of course, from an artist standpoint, probably. I mean, she's got to go down as one of the best.
Changing history.
Yeah.
Period.
So we got a chance to do that. I tell you, last night we also started the band shell. What is it called?
Yes,
what was it?
the half show.
Half show.
It's band at the half show.
Band at the half show, right downtown Ames. And I tell you, we do that every year. Here at Wilson Toyota, we sponsor that, and it's just a great thing to go down. And we take a different vehicle down every week, and we're down there. It's just really good if you like music and like to hang out.
It was well represented, and what was neat was we had like 3 or 4 customers that were in here looking at cars, and they were like, "Hey, we're going to the band show. Y'all coming?" And so it was kind of neat that we had people that were here that were then going there. And I was like, by the way, we're sponsoring tonight.
Yeah,
so check us out.
We sponsor all year, every year.
Yeah, it's pretty
every
cool.
Summer. It's really neat to get down there. You and I will have to make it down there at some point.
It'll be fun.
Hang out down there and look at everybody. It's like, yeah, sure, Tron, you're going anyway. Yeah, I'll go down there. Also, we had the opportunity to hear celebrate Memorial Day here.
Absolutely.
Over that. And man, what a great event. It's really cool to come out and have all you guys spend time and go and see your loved ones and past
Correct.
and things like that.
Correct.
But then we also had a little first cookout of the year.
It was the first one of the year. Many more to come, but this one, what I like about this one is that the people that come in, we see the people, right? The ones that are here every hot dog outing and hamburger outing. But then you actually see people that come in to say thank you.
Yeah.
For actually doing it on Memorial Day.
Well,
which was nice.
It's a good thing, and we always enjoy seeing the customers, and that's the great thing about us here at Wilson Toyota, 2212 South Duff Avenue, just a short drive from Rainier to Metro, our great sponsor. They're always looking to be in the community, whatever
Right.
that looks like, and big ups. Y'all know nothing about them big ups. Big ups to to Josh and Smalley for doing the cooking. They had
Correct.
They had the grill and the Blackstone going.
They had
Josh
everything going, man.
Josh was burning them dogs like a no-go.
We ran out of the first round of hot dogs at like 10:30. We did.
Well, it's like we were having a hot dog eating contest. And so Josh did a good
Hey,
job.
you know
of
who
doing
won
that.
last year with that, by the way, don't you?
Was it you?
No, man. I think Tabor ate 11.
Ooh. That don't even sound right. That's like
No.
11.
Brad had 9. Tabor ate 11.
11 cow hooves.
It would not be good.
We also had Ryan Smalley, who did a good
Correct.
job doing burgers. But
Correct.
you know what? We can never miss the opportunity to thank our proud sponsor here, Wilson Toyota. Again, that's 2212 South Duff Avenue, just a short drive from anywhere here in the
Absolutely.
metro. They do a really good job of giving us content and giving us the time and the space to do this thing, just so we can talk about the automotive industry, and they are a big part in that industry. So we always appreciate their representation and being a part of. And if you want to know what's going on at Wilson Toyota, and you are a social media guru that runs our social media, make sure you get after us and check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Wilson of Ames.
I like
and
it.
if you are a Facebook or TikTok person, at Wilson Toyota of Ames. And of course, if you really want to get down and roll with the big dog, you can always reach out to at Big Strong. That's 2 G's when you're as big as I am on Twitter, and at Big Strong 1 on that Insta chat. Right? Get after me. Right? Do all that. But hey, you know what? It's always fun. You get into this thing and you have these great conversations about what's going on.
Right.
But today, I just really wanted to touch a topic that I think is in every consumer's mindset, right? The toughest decision, other than buying your house and a few other things, but when it comes to the automotive industry, the toughest thing you have to waver through is who makes the best vehicle.
Right.
There's all these consumer reports and there's all these magazines and all these things like that. So everybody that comes in, and every time I go somewhere, someone says, okay, so let's be honest, who makes the best vehicle?
Right.
Who makes the best
Well,
vehicle?
and you know what? I think that it is more and more of a topic since COVID hit, personally. And I think people had more time to do more research, more time to think about things, more time to say, okay, what's important to me, instead of going out and making like a quick decision because of the look of a car.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Well, I think for a lot of times, some of the domestic buyers, or domestic manufacturers, they did a really good job of having eye appeal in their car. And if you go back to past history and you ask the consumer, most consumers would say, if you want something that looks great, you want to buy a domestic. But if you want something that runs great, you want to buy a foreign-made vehicle when
Right.
it comes to Honda, Toyota, things like that. So that was always that weird perception of who makes a car that looks good and who makes a car that runs good. Well, I'm going to try and help as many people as I can today. So the first thing I'm going to tell the consumer is this. Everybody makes a good car. Okay? No
True.
one makes a bad car.
True.
Some manufacturers just make them better. Right? Doesn't make every other manufacturer bad. It just means that some of them makes the better. So
Right.
it really comes down to the attention, the detail.
Right.
Okay. What kind of things are certain manufacturers doing that other manufacturers don't do, and why don't they? Okay. Why don't they do these
Okay.
things? Well, I'm gonna tell you, the first thing that comes into play is cost.
Yes,
Right?
of course.
What does it
Of
cost a
course.
manufacturer to simply put a soft touch leather on the dash as opposed to a hard plastic?
Right.
Okay. That takes money, it takes cost, it takes
That's
a lot
right.
of cost. So when you start looking at vehicles, you start seeing the difference. If a vehicle has a soft touch on the dash and on the door panels,
Right.
more than likely that manufacturer has a little more attention to detail, right? There's a little more invested into that vehicle. The other thing that I'll tell you to extremely pay attention to is the fit and finish of a car.
Ooh, okay.
Right?
Let's
the number
go.
one thing that people miss when it comes to trying to figure out who makes the best car, or why should I buy this car versus that car. Pay attention to the fit and finish, right? What do I mean?
Yeah, so I was gonna ask, explain yourself here.
So most people, when they think fit and finish, they always think, man, what do the wheels look like? What do the interiors look like? Things like that. Yes, those things are important, but when you really want to buckle down to it, I want you to pay attention to the things like in the trunk, underneath the trunk. Is it covered or is it open?
Right.
Right? Did the manufacturer have enough detail and did they pay enough attention to say, man, I really want this fit and finish to look good, so I'm going to cover all those wires and all that open metal that's underneath the trunk lid of a car.
Yep.
When you go and you look at a car, pay attention to these kind of things. The backside of the seat, is it covered? Or can you see the metal? Is it exposed? Where was the manufacturer trying to cut corners to save cost? people normally say, and now, yeah, we work for Toyota, so of course, I'm going to speak on Toyota because
Yes.
I work for Toyota. If you ever look at a Toyota, their attention to fit and finish is extremely high. So when you open that trunk lid, you're going to see that it's finished. Even the rail, even the parts that actually hold the trunk, is that metal exposed, or did the manufacturers take the time to actually cover it? Right? When you start trying to figure out who makes the best car, it's also going to come down to, man, why is this car more expensive?
Of course.
Right? Why is a Toyota Camry more expensive than a Ford Fusion?
Right.
Right?
Right. Well, and you've already said it too, and it comes down to a very simple statement. It's the little things. But they're really not little things if you look at the big picture. Well, and I'm not going to go into some of it yet because I know I want you to, but I've got some things for you.
I'm listening to you.
So, well, it's simple things like airbags.
100%.
Right?
Well,
When
how
we
many
ha-
airbags are in a Camry?
8,
10.
12.
10.
No, there's 10.
That's what I said.
Yeah, there's 10.
Right? It is not. And most manufacturers have 8 airbags.
And they have
in the car,
8 in the others. Correct.
The thing that I will tell you, I'll bring you to attention to this, is where are those extra 2 airbags? And why does it make that so important?
Okay, then.
And I'll tell you. So in your car, you have a front airbag that comes out. You have a side curtain airbag.
Yep.
And then you have a side seat mount airbag.
Correct.
That means if you have impact on the side of your car, that side seat impact comes out.
Yes.
It catches the impact,
Correct.
right?
I always call it the bubble.
Right. Now the side curtain catches the glass and anything that may hit you in the head, and then the front, helps you all there.
Yep.
Now Toyota, a lot of other manufacturers have gotten into wheel seats, which prevent whiplash and things
Right.
like that. Ask your manufacturer, ask your dealers
Right.
about that. It's good information you should know. But the 2 that I want to bring to people's attention are the 2 that's in the back seat.
Right.
Most manufacturers do not put side seat mounted airbags in the rear seats, right? Because why would you do that if you can save costs?
I
Because
was just going to say it's about money.
well, the government says you only have to put them in the front,
That's
right? So
right.
you put them in the front. But here's my question to you. Your best prized possession in your household are your children.
Correct.
Where do they sit?
Back seat.
Man,
Depending on age,
and
facing
I'm
forward
not
or
saying,
backwards.
I'm not saying that other manufacturers aren't good manufacturers. I've said that already.
Right.
But man, a manufacturer that thinks about, man, where would your kids be sitting in the event that accident happens
Right.
and you get T-boned? Well, man, if the mom's in the front seat and kids in the back seat, the kid's going to take the brunt of that if they
That's
don't have
right.
a side impact
That's
airbag.
right.
In the Toyota Camry, it's there.
And that's one of those things too where you sit and think about, so what, there's a $1,200 difference between the cars, right? Let's just say, right? So are my children not worth $1,200?
Well, and that
I mean,
comes-
if you're thinking about the big picture,
Well,
right?
that comes to anything. I mean, when you start thinking about, now we're kind of jumping around here,
Right.
but it still has to play a part. You start thinking about, I always think about puddle lamps on a car. You know what a puddle lamp is, right?
Yep.
Puddle lamp. You know what a puddle lamp is on the car? Okay. Most consumers, if
What do you
the
think, Mike?
manufacturer or the salesperson doesn't say, you ask them what's a puddle lamp, they say, I don't know what a puddle lamp is.
Right.
A puddle lamp is what sits underneath your side mirrors.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Your side mirrors that are on the side of your car.
Yep.
They sit underneath, and what they're there for is puddle lamp. The lights come on when you unlock your car.
That's
you
right.
can see that there's
You can
water,
see.
so you don't step in it.
Correct.
Right. What's the puddle lamp worth to you? What would you pay for it?
So I actually
Now, you know
have
where
had
I'm
this.
going here.
I know, but I've had a conversation with my wife about this, and she parks in a ramp. She leaves late at night, right? How much is that puddle lamp worth to me when she's walking up the car and she hits the button and it lights up before she gets there?
100%.
Come on now.
And I think that's what people forget about. They forget about, yeah, it's going to puddles. But the truth of it is, man, if you hit unlock and you're in that parking ramp and you see
Right.
that someone's laying underneath your car and they're going to grab you, that puddle light becomes a lot more expensive than what's on the window
right.
sticker, right?
That's right.
And it comes back to that side curtain airbag,
Right.
that side
That's
seat
right.
mounted airbag. What is it worth when it saves your child's life?
Mm-hmm.
So when you think about who makes a better vehicle and why you should buy this vehicle versus that vehicle, you have to start thinking about all these little things.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully, as a manufacturer or as a dealer, we're doing a good job of
Well, and that's what I was
explaining.
going to say. If no one ever brings it up to the consumer, chances are the consumer will never know.
Well, I'll tell you a great story. You think about that, right? So I had a customer that was in our service department, and I'm calling us out as a store.
Okay.
This was probably 6-7 years ago. It really got me to thinking about how we train our salespeople. Customers next door, I'm in service, and he's going, "Hey, you're a salesperson?" And I said, I can be. I'm whatever you need me to be. Yeah, we can do that. He goes, "I need to get a new car." I said, okay, well, we can do that. You're in the right spot. But I'm just curious. Your car looks, I mean, his car had to be 2 years old.
Okay.
It was a Corolla.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years old. I said, what's wrong? Is it broken? Is it, what's going on? He's like, you know what? For 2 years, I've been sitting in the seat and I'm sitting on these pillows. I can't see over the dash. I need to get something that the seat lifts in.
Right.
I said, well, your seat lifts.
Right.
No, it doesn't. I said, well, take this lever and do this.
You were like, pump it up. Sorry, I had to go there.
There's something wrong with you. But we lift the seat up.
That's right.
And the one thing that he shared with me is like, man, my salesperson never told me that. I probably would have paid more for the car.
Right.
Just for simple comfort. So as a dealer, make sure that we are paying attention to everything when we start asking for MSRP on a vehicle, which is a great deal for the consumer, by the way. When we start asking for that or having that payment a little bit higher, you have to ask yourself, did I actually explain everything, the fit and finish? Does the customer know why my car, right, is the best car for them to purchase?
Correct.
It's on us, right?
Correct. And it is on us. And I remember you doing a walk around and we were talking about the bars in the driver's side and the bars in the passenger or in the back 2 doors, right?
Yeah.
And we go back to cost. It has to be about cost, right?
100%.
But again, we go back to the safety of the vehicle, whether you're in it alone or whether your whole family's in the vehicle, right? As far as side impact protection.
Well, everything, and it comes out, and that's what I mean when the consumer goes out and they start thinking about who actually makes the best car. I don't know that it's who makes the best car. I think it's more of who makes the best car for you.
Oh, I like it.
Right. What things are you needing? Are the dealers that you're going to, are they taking the time to find out what your needs are, what your wants are, what's going to be important to you? If you at a dealership and they're not finding out exactly what is important to you, you probably should find a different dealership. And I'll call you guys out.
Right.
I'm the first one to tell you, if you didn't spend the time to find out what that customer needs in their vehicle, there's no way that you can do a great job of presenting the perfect vehicle.
That is correct. And something I always talk to people about is how does it fit? How is what you're looking for fit in your life? And as life changes, we have cars that will fit the changes in your life. And so if you become part of our family, through the years as your life changes, we have vehicles that adapt to your life and change with you. And you make almost a full circle. I have 2 stories, but the first one is a very simple one.
I got 2 stories.
Family with kids, right?
Uh-huh.
The Sienna, right? Easy in, easy out, as far as access, accessibility, room, keeping the kids apart, all of that stuff, right? Retired people, Sienna van.
Yeah.
We have more and more retired people coming in here going, I need a van to get all my friends in so that we can go play golf, so that we can travel from Arizona to Florida, right? And so to keep and I call it the tunnel vision, if a salesperson has that tunnel vision of thinking a van is only for a family, well, isn't the retired community family as well in their own certain aspect?
Well, and I think at that age too, when you think about a Sienna van or whatever manufacturer van you're selling, I think the other thing you have to think about is the ease of entrance and exit.
Absolutely.
And that's why you see a lot of older people buy vans. It's just easier you don't have to sit down or step up into that vehicle.
Slide in.
It makes it a lot easier. And again, I'll go back to it. If your salesperson or your dealer is not taking the time to find out what you're going to use that vehicle for, or when you're, what time are you spending in it?
Right.
We are doing our industry injustice by not doing that. And you know what? It happens a lot. A lot of dealers. When I mystery shop and I walk in a dealership, there's a few things I want to feel, right. I want to feel welcome.
Correct.
I want to feel like they want me there.
Right.
And if I don't get that feeling, I'm probably not going to go much further. But also, I want to feel like I'm being listened to. Right? Is a salesperson asking me the questions to direct me in the right place so I can get what I need out of it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of, it
right?
is.
It's
not like going and buying a Snickers candy bar.
We always say that. I always get this. I get the clock, dude.
Already?
I get the clock.
We're just getting
I always
started
get-
here.
I know, but this is one of those conversations that you can have
Right.
all day long. And to be honest with you, who makes the best vehicle? Well, if you're asking me, I'm going to tell you Toyota does. And that doesn't mean that nobody else makes a good vehicle and you shouldn't
Right.
buy any other vehicle. That just means that if you look at everything, the fit and finish, the safety, the way that it's engineered, the way that
attention
they
to
pay
detail.
attention,
Yeah.
everything, Toyota makes the best vehicle. That is my opinion. And you know what they say about opinions, but usually if I say it, it's pretty close.
Well, and you didn't even bring up the amount of time that Toyota spends on safety per day.
You know what? And it's staggering when you think about that. When you think about a manufacturer that spends $1 million every hour that they're open, every business hour, on safety alone, just how can we make the vehicle safer?
Right.
I watched the news the other day, and they were talking about pre-collision. Right. They were talking about they should make every vehicle come standard with pre-collision. Because what they're doing is most people don't pay attention when they're driving.
Right. Right.
Right.
It's true.
I'm the guy. If I'm in my car, I'm not on my phone. I mean,
Right.
if I don't have my Bluetooth set up, I'm probably not going to answer your call. I just think it's more important to pay attention.
Is that
to what's
what it
going
is?
on. 100%, man. I'm that guy. But now they're saying that pre-collision is a part of. They want it to be a part of every single vehicle.
Right.
When I think about that, I think about how far forward Toyota is. I was watching that article in the news or that news deal, and they were saying how they need to figure out how to, if a car is turning, that car can pick up that car turning, or if a car is coming across. Well, guess what,
Right.
folks? Toyota's already doing that.
Right.
Right? Toyota's been doing that for a little while, and most of their vehicles now.
Whoa.
Whoa, man down,
whoa.
man down, whoa. I thought they was. Hey,
Somebody
I
was
was
coming
I
in
should
the
run.
door.
I felt like I was back in the hood, man, and somebody was busting caps.
That was scary. That was freaky.
Hey, man, what's going on, man? People behind you. That's
Nope.
that's Nick and his 4 strands of hair. I think he's upset that his daughter drew this picture about him. So
I think he is too.
what was he doing up
He
there?
was worn out and he fell into the door.
Man, it's
That's
like
what
he's-
happened.
You guys didn't even warn me that he was
I didn't
behind
think
me
he was
with
going to fall into the
guns
door
and
right
knives
there.
and stuff like that. I'm surprised he didn't come through the glass.
Not the
Man. Well, now that we've had someone just about fall through our glass window,
Right.
we'll get
Right.
back.
Hey,
But-
my second story here, and it's a good one. Had a gentleman come in yesterday, said hello to him in the parking lot. We walked back inside, just started a conversation. Ended up here about an hour, right? Going to come back in next Tuesday with his fiance for a Camry. He told me a story that we hear all the time. But, and again, this is if it's for the salespeople, if it's for the dealership, or if it's for the consumers out there. He said he has a Camry with 431,000 miles on it.
Ooh.
And I said,
Just
well
getting started.
done, right? Well done. And 2002, okay? I said to him, so how's it been? And he goes, well, I want to start out by saying this. At 200,000 miles, he hit a deer. And he thought, well, this is probably it. And the insurance company fixed the car. Mm-hmm. At 228,000 miles, he hit a second deer. Insurance company fixed it again. So that's 2 accidents, right? Mm-hmm. Fixed the car, didn't total the car. At 290-some thousand miles, he was sitting at a sign and was rear-ended. They fixed the car again. And he said, doesn't make noises when he drives. There's no shaking, no ticking, no, little noises like the glove box moving. And I said, so why did you stay in it? And he goes, why wouldn't I? And then I just thought it was really, really cool that he goes, well, I just want another Camry.
100%.
I mean,
why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you invest the money into something like that and it invests in you right back,
And
saves you through 2 deer accidents and a rear end.
And the fact that it's still fixed because the quality and value of the car is still there even after the accident.
Well, 100%. You fix that thing, and I'll tell you, Wilson Toyota's Collision Center is a certified Toyota collision center. Mm-hmm. So if you're getting things fixed right there, we make sure. And the other thing I love about our collision center here at 2212 South Duff Avenue, short drive for anywhere in the metro, is lifetime warranty on the work.
That's right.
Right. So if we do something, we do it right. But again, how many
It's
times can
things.
you go and get a certified collision center to do the work on your car? So if you do have a Toyota and you're looking for someone to do a certified, I mean, we've been through certification. They're all trained. You come to Wilson Toyota and our collision center, on-site collision center is certified to do Toyota work. And I tell you, they do great work on anything. I mean, it's not just Toyotas. Those guys back there are extremely good. I tell you, man, we got Gino back there. I've seen a lot of guys paint cars. I don't know that I've seen a guy as good as Gino.
He's phenomenal.
I mean, the dude is really good, and that whole group back there, everybody.
You know
back
what I
there
think?
does a
Why
good
though?
job.
He takes pride in his work.
Well, all of them do.
He does.
If you ever go back there, those guys are just back there on the grind, and they're doing, they're just, and it's hot. It's got to be, 95 degrees outside,
Right.
so that makes it 115 inside that
Right.
building. You get Gene back there, and he's in a hot box, trying to paint a car. But the attention to detail on those guys and what they do, I just appreciate, the jobs they do. And every time I send a customer back there, or I send a car back there, I'm confident that it's going to be, just perfect when it comes out. So kudos to them. Yeah, shameless plug about that collision center. But if you're looking for somebody to do some body work for you or something like that, definitely come check out Wilson Toyota's collision center. And if you're looking for somebody to paint anything you got, I tell you, Gene is the man, dude. So make sure you get a hold of Gene. And every time I get the clock. So here's the thing. You were telling me about this customer that came.
Correct.
As a salesperson, and I'm going to ask you a question. Why did the customer show up at your dealership?
I think he showed up at our dealership because he was looking for a car to get.
Right.
Period. He wanted to purchase a vehicle.
Right. So here's my thing as a sales manager to try to help the other sales managers help their salespeople. I share with you guys all the time. There's always a why, and 100% of the
Right.
customers buy. Right.
Right.
So when that customer shows up, what I encourage you guys to do is figure out why. Why did that customer choose? They could have went to any dealership that they could have. That they wanted to,
Right.
But they chose your dealership for a reason. That means that they've seen something online, or they've driven by and seen something there
Correct.
that makes them go, I want to go to that dealership.
Correct.
So as a salesperson, you have to start thinking to yourself, man, let's not waste their time and let's not waste my time. Let's figure out why they showed up at my dealership.
That gentleman lives about 45, 47 minutes away. And he drove here. And I asked him, what are you in town for? Because I was wondering if he was, if there was some other event he was going on. He came here to our dealership for a Camry.
100%. They specific. So as a salesperson, as sales managers, as a store, just understand. Share with your salespeople. Share with your sales managers. Sit down with them. Talk to them. Understand that when a consumer shows up at your store, they're coming for a reason.
That's right.
I'm cool as all get out, dude. I'm one of the coolest dudes you're gonna know. I'm telling you. I know you ain't nobody got to tell me, right? I'm the cat's meow, right? When it comes to coolness, right? So here's the deal. As cool as I am, people don't just come here to hang out with me.
No.
Right? It's
Right.
even with me being Johnny Bravo's cousin, right? No one wants to come and hang out. So when a customer comes to your store, you have to realize that they're not there to waste time. They're there to accomplish something.
There is a purpose. There is a purpose.
As an industry, as a whole, right? We need to go back to taking care of the consumer, right? How do we miss that? Salespeople take care of themselves, right? Hey, man,
Yep.
It's lunchtime, bro.
Yep.
I got to get out of here.
Right.
Or, he don't
right.
look like he can buy.
Or
So
it's 20 to close, and that person drove 47 minutes to get here, but it's 20 to close. Come on now.
And he was rushing, right?
Right.
That's a whole nother topic.
Right. And
That's
it
something
is.
that we can get
And it
into. They probably passed a couple school buses or,
Right.
did things like that they ain't supposed to do
Right.
in a hurry. She broke a couple speed limits.
Hey, before we go too far here, I knew where you were going with that. Ticket.
I can't. Okay, that's it.
Hey,
I gotta get off. No,
There is
We
a
gotta
reason,
stop.
though, that I put Tina up there. One, for accomplishment, right? Game changer. Two, when you think about someone who changes the game, I think it's Toyota.
Well, hey, man, I'm glad you brought up Toyota, and I'm glad you brought up Tina Turner, but we got to get rolling down
I
the
see
river,
her freaking
bro.
out, and I do it on purpose every time now.
So listen, hey, remember, get after us on Instagram and Twitter at Wilson of Ames. If you're a Facebook, TikTok person, it's Wilson Toyota of Ames. We want to say thank you for joining us at Midwest Mayhem.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
again, if you want to get down with the get down, Hang out with the big dog. That's at Big Strong. 2 G's when you're as big as I am. And at Big Strong 1 on that Insta chat. Again, thank you guys for joining us on
everyone.
Midwest Mayhem. We're out.
Let's go. The best.